Welcome back.
Ladies and gentlemen, we both wanted to wholeheartedly welcome you back into game
we did it together.
number 2.
We timed it well. Come on.
Oof.
Well, they did time it well as well here. Kyler gets 2. Steel tries to kind of come in hot, but game 2 or map 2, second choice here by Movistar Riders. It's Mirage. Okay, Shocks. Pushes into Palace, gets 1. 3v3. Truman, is this?
This is a quick rush towards the B bomb site. Bomb going down and ooh, through the smoke headshot. Yeah, no worries. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy.
A single shot. You mean a single shot headshot?
Yeah. Yep. Just a one tap, boom, dead. And now the retake is going to fill because they only, well, not necessarily, but Smooya has a lot of heads to pop, and it's going to be Kyla getting
too much
kill.
to handle. Yeah.
Anonymous with the first opening round, and that's not what Movistar Riders are looking for, of course. This is the map pick of Anonymous, though there's 1% difference between the two sides, so it's not necessarily, in that regard, the map pick here doesn't matter too much. The previous one actually did favor Movistar Riders, but, well, hopefully they can recuperate and wake up, get themselves that morning coffee, energy drink, whatever gets you awake and going, because they felt like they were kind of sleepy in the previous map.
I think that's an understatement, but definitely, yeah, they need to get their heads back on straight in either case. Mirage, the choice of Anonymo, is where the fun kind of ends for Movistar Riders. Mirage is a very difficult map to play if you're not ready for the scrim style, or more specifically the puck style that Anonymo will start playing with. As we can see here, this is a very default setup. Mirage, it's a map that demands a great deal of consistencies, and in one part, this setup is going to be a consistent thing. We'll be seeing Anonymo, 2 players top mid, 2 players B house, 1 controlling under, and then their goal here is to group up with the 2 guys on top mid, with the guy under, and then either decide to go B, to go A, depending where they get entries from. And as you can see here, the damage output from Anonymo with those AKs, even Mech 10s, it's more than enough. Alas, they're all tagged up, or tagged quite heavily. I'll say this. Anonymo, I feel like they're far better prepared for Mirage than Movistar Riders will be, just because I have an innate feeling in this case. I've seen these Polish teams, and specifically players, for so long, that I really expect them to be a lot better at Mirage than they were at NUKE, just because this is their kind of map.
I mean, I always just have a lot of faith in the Polish teams. I'm waiting for that tier 1 team to come through, though. I'm waiting for that, big boy team to crawl in. A big rush down mid, though. Alex gets the kill onto Minio. Mid has been, well, taken over here by Movistar Riders, but the bomb is headed towards the A bomb site, and it should get planted. However, USP is doing a lot of work here. That HE flies in, does not do as much as I would have expected, but they're rushing forward, and Kai and Kyler just mowing everyone down. Dynamic trio on the side of Anonymo, and they only lost 2, but a little bit of damage has been dealt nonetheless by the Movistar Riders. Yeah. Nonetheless, we will have Smooya on that AWP, and it's his time to step up for his team. Otherwise, well, this game might just be over in a flash if he doesn't join the server.
I have to absolutely agree with you. He needs to be on point here. Smooya has to wake up the beast within. Look at this. Second AWP from Mopos. I'm not particularly sold on the fact that Mopos is wielding the secondary up, but I'm eager to see how far he can stretch it here. Steel, very aggressive towards top middle. Minio has a very good indication of it in his mind. Unfortunately, he will be caught as Mopos takes down Kyler. And look at this. The double up pays off. The push through middle pays off, and Movistar Riders, they get themselves a semblance of control, but that semblance of control quickly falls apart when starting to be tested. Yeah.
Looking for his first kill of the round, or just this map, and, well, there is a flank coming out in apps, and that's the big threat here. Will it be spotted out by Snacks?
Yeah.
No, this is not looking good. Bomb's gonna go down as well. Over this, this is dangerous right now for Movistar Riders. Yeah. From a, 5 versus 3, where they haven't even gotten themselves onto a site.
Hello? okay, why are you waiting this long to plant? Are they trying to convince them they're going A? Oh my god, they're actually trying to do it! The mad lads and Snacks is dying here, but why in the world is... See,
I'm so confused.
One thing I really don't understand is why first K waited this long. So if they wanted to bait them, why is Snacks then moving top middle and not T-base to try and confuse the hell out of them? Second of all, why not just stay in apps and play the bomb after it's being planted? It makes life 10 times easier, but it's a one-on-one spot. Smooya on short. Oh no! Smooya, he has no kit, remember. 10 seconds and counting. Smooya angles it up, and he has it.
And
there will be enough time.
But yeah, they're playing with... I mean, this was... Anonymo, last map, they outplayed Movistar Riders multiple times in a row. This time around, they tried to do it again, but they outplayed themselves and then some. Because they put them in a very awkward position there. Not going for the plant and then trying to, you know, bait out the rotations coming forward. But Smooya just heard the steps and he knew exactly what was coming from behind.
The idea was not bad. What they wanted to do here is basically try to convince their opponents that they're going A, so at least one of them would rotate or check A. The thing is, if you go middle and Snacks walking into middle, of course by the delayed plant and all that, Movistar Riders will start to suspiciously look at things, and Anonymo, if they had just stick to the original plan, they probably would have been able to win, or other hand, if they had done it faster, they probably would have been able to get away with this bait and switch with Snacks coming through short, catching the upper and short, and then, you know, working from that on out. But it is going to be the first round to MR, and we can see right now there's quite a bit of a grouping in B house itself. Anonymo, not sure if they're committing towards B, but they sure as hell look like they want to do something of the like.
Well, yeah, to be fair, they still have plenty of time on the clock. They might just force out rotations with a couple of smoke flash and see if they can bait them away. And yeah,
falls beautifully to cover short push approach. But this is more to bait the reaction out of Movistar Riders, and luckily they already are low on utility as it is.
Yeah, one smoke, two flashes, 50 seconds left. Not great for Movistar Riders here. They did not pick up, of course, don't have the secondary op this time around from Opus. Of course, they did drop it in the previous round and smoke towards mid. There's actually Alex pushing
Alex
it.
Can't die. Alex.
Oh my god.
No, Alex.
That was a very soft no.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's an angelic no. It's like, no. This is a B push. I don't like the 20-second marker, though. Mopos, he's going to get a free kill here. One at least. Yep, there's one. There's two. There's... Oh!
Snacks!
Oh, Snacks!
Oh, that is so sad.
Ay, caramba, one could say.
Time ticking
7
down.
seconds.
Bomb not in control on time, and the round's over. But my god, that one was Snacks turning around and blowing his own teammate's face off.
I really dislike the fact that they're waiting down to the 20-second mark or even less. It's like, guys, you really are letting yourself with zero room for error. And we all know that there's a lot of errors in many games and maps and such and plays. Anonymo timeout, yeah, they need to talk it out here. That was a very messy round overall. I mean, they had a good idea what they wanted to do, but the execution is what I meant is messy. And indeed, right now, this will be a happy day for Movistar Riders. First of all, you know, they get obviously a free, well, not technically a free round, but they get a round. They're able to, early on again, contend against Anonymous Rise. The difference being that Anonymo last map, they lost the pistol, got 3, but then lost 3 consecutive. For the CTs right here, let's see if they can make it 3 consecutive. Let's see if they can make it 4, 5, or more even to try and kind of put themselves on the board a bit, right? Build a bit of confidence to begin with.
Well, this time around, Innocent burning in the molly down to 30 HP.
How is he burning, bro? The Molotovs are so stupid. I'm not even joking here. Like, sometimes the Molotovs spread so idiotically. It just... Oh.
Yeah, and especially considering the fact that he was standing in one spot and then you know, jumps up and slightly, like a millimeter to the left, and then he doesn't get burned, and then immediately afterwards he gets burned again.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense because Molotovs really are broken. They need to be fixed. I mean, they already have been fixed somewhat, but they're still broken.
I mean,
The
there's
spread
still
is
mollies where they burn underneath smokes, which is the dumbest of all.
and also underneath surface areas where you're raised. So if you throw it underneath something, and sometimes the molly just goes above that and burns you even if you're above it. Oh, Steel, nice peek, but unfortunately for him, Kyler is already ready, and it's now a 4v3. This is an A execution. Shox needs to stay alive. He's the one man, the sole survivor, the lone survivor. Oh, beautiful angle as he jumps into K's hands. It's Snacks that catches him though, as Alex is forced off of angle in CT. Ticket. Mopo smoked in, but he's gonna get out of there fast enough. Snacks will be snagged. Oh, Alex does the... Oh, they don't check him! And Alex! Beautiful round and well saved.
It is going to be the round again for Movistar Riders, and they had the advantage pretty much the entire time on Anonymo, but they just they got played apart there on their attack, and it is going to be Movistar Riders pretty much getting themselves back in the fray right now with those 3-3 scored tie coming up, and it's only Deagles for Anonymo. They don't even have any armor behind it, no utility either, so unless your opponent makes one absolutely drastic mistake after another, this should be a round for Movistar Riders to get them into the lead. Kyla finds the headshot onto Mopos. This could be dangerous. If he found Steel there, the site would be open, but they are moving the bomb slightly towards the A bomb site at the moment. Shox is the only site defender though, so he needs to be careful, and Innocent finds the headshot. Alex trades it out though by finding Kai, but there's, well, a site to be taken. The problem is crossing the bomb over to the site, and that's where the problems really lie in. The boost came out, Snacks gets dropped, and that's the bomb in control of the CT side, and the round should be all set and done.
Alex is playing with an extra difficulty setting. He has no crosshair, so it's like realistic aim with the AK, you know, and all that. Obviously a bit of I jest. 4-3. Movistar Riders, they take 4 in a row. As I've said, they need to establish themselves a foothold early on Mirage. They want to prevent, or at least they want to do a bit of preventive tactics by making sure that the T's feel like they're the ones being stomped under, they're the ones that are falling behind, and they are the ones that are felt. Then, you know, they want to instill in Anonymo a feeling of need, a feeling of needing to...
The need
perform.
for speed. No.
or that, you know, depending on how you want to look at it. But the point is, Anonymo, if they feel threatened, if they feel like, oh, we have to play aggressively, we have to get our matters under control, it forces them to make mistakes sometimes. Yeah, sure, they will, of course, be a bit more aggressive, but it also gives a chance for Movistar Riders to abuse mistakes that might be played differently and otherwise. Oof. That was a close call. In connector, they spot one more. Shox gets caught. What is going on with A site? How is this possible? Movistar Riders, lads, you took the shot middle, you got the kill, smoke window, and yet you still leave A side wide open. Nobody in CT, nobody watching from connector stairs. What in the world is going on? And I'm speaking of how Movistar Riders have to stomp their control, you know, have to stomp the control of Anonymo. And now they have to establish themselves, and then they completely forego A site and still watch middle after getting an entry, after no contact has been made afterwards. And Kyler, oh, hello, hi, goodbye. And Mopos 1v3, no cigar, no luck.
Yeah, that was, as you said, so colorfully, really, really bad. They just let Palace open completely. There are only so many angles that the enemy can push through, and you kind of need to have someone at least keeping slight attention to all of them, because, I mean, he can only look at either ramp or Palace, not both at the same time, unless you're playing all the way from CT, but he was playing close range, so his teammates need to back him up, especially with the AWP Smuya towards jungle, should be keeping an eye on Palace.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, because it wasn't like he rushed out and surprised them. He slow walked out. It took about a solid 10 to 15 seconds before he actually got down.
Yeah. It really was... how to say, slow death. But this is going to be an interesting little development. 3 rifles, 2 AUGs, 1 M4, 1S. I love it. Alex, he has a taste in these weapons. Very lovely to see. 2 Deagles, no kit, very little utility. Smuja. Unfortunate.
No more.
Also, look at this. They missed the smoke into window. That's actually a very important information. And depending on who threw it, and it was K. So K, you need to brush up on your smokes, mate.
That was all planned. It all baited Smuja
Oh,
in,
yeah,
thinking that it
definitely.
would land inside, but it wouldn't, so that they could kill Smuja. It's, you know,
That's
they're playing
some 4D
5G.
chess
Yeah,
right there. 5D chess.
5D chess. They're at another level right now.
The thing is, what really is the problem here is if they decide to go middle and K misses the shot again and there's an op in the window, you know, the outcome might be very different next time is what I'm saying. So Anonymo want to make sure they brush up on that part.
Ooh.
Alex, wow, that's a beautiful peek he pulls out. He doesn't get killed, loses a little bit of his HP, but the refrag is what matters. And
he's dead.
Sure enough, he's dead as quick as that. See, the one thing I really will never understand is Movistar Riders, they've completely and utterly ignored connector, window, and effectively
half the
middle. Half the technically half the map. Yeah, technically yes. After losing an entry and window, they should be more concerned about connector and window itself. Instead, they kind of push Palace and they don't even peek out.
I mean,
towards.
The thing is, especially because Alex already killed a player in T-spawn, and Shox is completely, you know, focused on the ramp position. He should, especially the moment that Alex wants to jump back towards site,
exactly.
He should peek connected to see if it's safe.
Exactly. And it's not just peeking connector, it's about having some idea that somebody's towards connector or jungle. Literally.
Communication issues. That's what they look like. They're not playing together, and it's pretty much been most of their issues on Nuke CT side as well. And that also does show that, you know, the CT side is where communication is most important. T side, you can get it done with just raw skill. Most of it, not always, but a lot of the time, raw skill can get you very far. CT side, you really need to have solid communication. And while seeming Movistar Riders are most of the time struggling on their CT sides, that really is a point where they need to improve upon.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. It looks like the CT side of Movistar Riders is in shambles a little bit. Definitely struggling to keep up the performance, to keep up with... More specifically, it's not even about hitting shots, because they are hitting their shots very nicely, but it's more about controlling the map and, as you said, team play, working off of one another, having crossfires, having information flow that actually helps the game instead of impedes it. And in this case, Anonymo really are getting the better end of the deal, and there's no denying that. Unfortunately for Movistar Riders, they've already lost 1 map. They're now going to be down 6-4 on Mirage, the choice of Anonymo. And as I said, this is a pug map. This is a map that Anonymo love to play. If you look at the stats, both teams love to play it. Yes, but again, I have to say that it is a big advantage to Anonymo to be playing Mirage as a second map after winning the choice of Movistar Riders, which would be Nuke. So in essence, this is an advantage that Movistar Riders have to curb by just outplaying their opponents. And if they don't do so, well, good luck doing anything at all afterwards.
But does anyone really enjoy playing Mirage?
Well, that's a legit good question. Yes and no. For example, we, my team and I have decided that we remove Mirage from now on because we are very bad at, you know, it's pugging strats. I mean, we play as a team, but pugging on Mirage and playing against teams on Mirage is always a problem because many just play like Anonymo. Like I said, puggy, you know, looking for fights everywhere, not really having any consideration of executes or proper takes. It's just like, yeah, you put 2 mid, 2 there, and just fight wherever you can fight. So it's a very unpredictable map in a way as well, even though it's one of the more predictable maps in essence. But it's super hard to react to it properly and to have a proper setup that works. And we can see here Anonymo, 2 into B house, 3 into A, 1 palace, 2 pit. And it looks like it's an immediate A split, right? Through under to connector and window. But look at this. They're moving back. And they might just as well go B at this point now.
Oh, we do have a decent amount of mid control for the CT side. Still actually finds the opening pick.
And then you have that.
Yeah, guy just walks out of Palace this time around thinking exactly the same thing is possible again, but there's going to be that mid control play. Mopals is going to be looking down below, and it is going to be Mopals finding Snacks, Smooya finding Minio, and the kills are looking very good for Movistar Riders. And this is a round where they decide to make a play. They get aggressive towards mid. They have people covering each other's backs, and it's been a while since they got that done on the CT side.
The funny thing for me is that Anonymo actually had a perfect counter to what Movistars were doing. They put 3 players on mid, 1A, 1B, and basically what Anonymo would have been able to do or should have done is just push out pit. They had 2 pit, 1 palace. That means 3 players would be converging on A side by the time Movistar Riders react by pushing from jungle and connector back to site. And if they'd been able to get the entry, Anonymo that is, the outcome would most likely be resulting in the end of the round and a victory for Anonymo. But instead, because they decide to then slow walk all the way through T-base to top mid, and then decide to take middle very delayed with 1 player and the bomb on him through top middle, well, you pay the price that is your slowpoke approach towards middle. That's it. And Movistar Riders, in hindsight 2020, their action was actually a perfect counter to whatever Anonymous threw at them.
Yeah, normally teams tend to leave the mid area, you know, once they go for a quick take, don't spot anyone out, and they just fall back. But this time around, Movistar Riders held to their guns, and, well, Anonymo got baited into it. So a solid one from the Riders. Of course, it does mean that, you know, their sides were pretty much weakened, but that's a gamble you sometimes have to make. This time around, a quick rush through mid, still takes some time to recover, but there's shots as well. And they managed to get the 2 kills secured and a 2-man advantage going forward. Snacks is towards short though, so he got very far forward, which could be a very big problem here for Movistar Riders still. Oh, never mind. Still spots him out. Well, gets tagged by him and stays alive.
This is what I love to see now, and it might actually give us a taste of what is to come. Movistar Riders being able to control early on against Anonymo, being able to deny them early on, really gives you a good feeling of what they are capable of doing, but what they're not doing. So in this case, you know, they are getting these rounds back together, and more specifically the kills, and with now 6-6 coming up, they should be in a splendid spot to overtake Anonymo potentially with the 7th, or even further down the line 8th.
That is a deer in headlights moment right there. He gets flashed and he's like, no, don't move. Whatever you do, don't move.
Don't move, it won't see ya. It only detects movement. In a way, it's
if I can't
on the other
see
hand,
it,
though,
he can't see me.
Yeah, that's the toddler mentality, isn't it? If you can't see me, nobody can. Well, if I can't see you, you can't see me. Yeah, that kind of thing. You hide your head under the table and the rest of your body is sticking out. It's like, nobody can see me.
They have no idea where I am.
I'm completely hidden. I'm a chameleon in a natural environment. Unfortunately for Anonymo, they are not the chameleon. They're kind of the bug that the chameleon eats right now. Movistar Riders, they're having a field day with this, and it's a B push. There's a single smoke ready. Will they extinguish it? No. They will wait for it to pass out, then they will move on and try and hit the site. But it feels like MR is already ready for this. I mean, Mopos is jump spotting, so he has a good idea of what is coming his way, whilst there is Steel with the AK watching the cross through short. And he still has a Molotov as well, plus a smoke.
Wait,
yeah, this
why
is perfect.
Is Snacks... Okay.
He's trying to kill the rotation. So whoever comes in through con...
Yeah, I know, but my point was
could be
where Smooya is looking away every once in a while, so I'm kind of scared that he makes a mistake.
This could be an A take. The bomb is moving all the way through under window. And this fake could actually work on B, of course, if indeed Kyler sells it well enough. So gets a kill or something of the like. Wait, what? Bomb moving back under B. Okay, so I guess they will go B in the end. Fair enough. Anonymo, a little bit indecisive. And, you know, one part of CS is making the decisions and sticking to them. So the less you're indecisive, the better it is. And in this case, even if the decision brings you to lose, it's not always a bad thing to be at least
Oh, the grates were also still
Explosive.
closed. That's a big problem. There's going to be...
Ouch.
Push forward,
Ouch.
and the site is lost. They still have enough time to plan.
Snacks.
3-on-3 situation.
Snacks.
And... Oh, this is...
Oh, this is so
The
smart.
food.
Snacks.
Oh.
300 IQ right there.
And now they have to keep an eye on their back because it can get pushed in. Jump up. My God, how do they manage to get this far at least? The round's still not over. Alex in a 1v2 situation. His flank can get pushed in any second now. He's keeping an eye on Snacks pushing forward. And it's going to be innocent. Actually, Snacks finding the kill in the end. It is Anonymo winning the round. And, well, they barely put any money into that round. A great move coming out from them. And as you said... The first one got taken down. I think that was Kai that was in jungle, but they never expected a second player to be lurking around. And that's a beautiful play by Snacks. The lurk pays off and the catch comes through and Anonymo take back the lead against a broken Movistar Riders.
And how tables turn, my friend. That is quite a disappointing ending. Oh, Smooya. Smooya gets booyah'd. That's that kind of cheated out of short. Oi, oi, oi. Snacks as well. Headshotted, sure, or at least tagged quite heavily, but he is quick to react on his toes. And Truman, not gonna lie, this is looking horrible for Movistar Riders.
Horrible
I mean,
seems about the right word.
The round previous was supposed to be theirs. They knew everything they needed to know. They had control of B, and then they pushed B and died. They had control of A, and then they didn't look at window, didn't look to check for a second player in jungle, and died. And then the fact that they're controlling B by having a player push into apps, a second player standing in forest, it's kind of a lose-win scenario, so you kind of already gamble your life away. Shocks, he's saving what he can in this case, which is the M4.
They're still playing so passively on Anonymous.
Although, I think Shocks could win this.
I mean, if they all walk past him and no one checks the corner. Okay, first,
They will.
two. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
No,
Never mind. I thought he would have some trigger control, but yeah.
No.
Never mind then.
When in fear, press left mouse button.
When in fear. So, never let go? Oh, joking.
Exactly. Never let go. Negev, let's go.
Oh, God. 150 bullets are not enough, mate. Maybe the M249. You know, get the big guns out, the American gun.
I have no idea what gun is from what country.
Oh, that's the Mini-Me, isn't it? That's a Belgian gun, actually, Mini-Me. So, you know, I think.
Yeah, the Belgians are known for their ferocity and their monsters.
Certainly. Yeah. Oh. Wait, aren't the Dutch the same though? Yeah, shush that. I didn't say that.
We don't speak French, so.
Well,
for the people in chat, this is no. Relax, okay? It's just a joke. Don't want any Belgian hate against me.
Oh, please. Like there's any Belgians here. They're only eating waffles and drinking beer right now.
Just like the Germans.
No, they're eating schnitzels and beer, yeah. And bratwurst.
Oh my god, a currywurst is like the most delicious stuff ever.
Good sausage.
But this round is looking very troublesome.
This is like a good sausage. It feels like much. Very good, very easy. 9-6. Simple, easy, anonymous, not even losing a single player. I mean, Anonymo, excuse me.
Anonymo esports. So, anonymous. So, yeah, the plus side right now, the big thing that I'm seeing is, of course, Movistar Riders swapping towards the T side. And that's where they are reasonable at winning rounds. So, I mean, quickly we'll actually check out the statistics for this specific map. But in general, from what I've been seeing from them lately, the CT side, really lackluster. T side normally tends to get them a couple of rounds. Both sides are actually CT sided on Mirage, but, you know, I don't trust those statistics anymore. Because, well, it also said that Anonymo sucked on the T side of NUKE, and now there's going to be a quick rush coming out on towards the B-bomb site, where Kyle has to go nuts here.
He's alone, interestingly enough. Where's the rest of the party?
Tech 9 almost dead.
Nice. Oh, Bob was, down to 3. Lucky thing is, This retake is going to be really hard for Anonymo, actually. With only one coming in through kitchen, this angle of attack is very wide and very hard to hold. There goes Alex. And now with the first frag to Movistar Riders, they'll become more and more empowered by this. And of course, it's easy as that. Honestly,
kind of
I don't know why
walking...
Anonymous didn't put 2 players on B and be done with it.
Yeah, that,
I really don't.
Or having at least, you know, not everyone walk through the same corridor and then get just sprayed down. That might also be a big really interesting choice. We'll call it interesting
personalities. Yeah.
But yeah, Innocent at least keeping himself alive. So, you know, a little bit of a plus, but we have, of course, the pistol being taken by the Movistar Riders, and now we have investment coming out on the Movistar side and on the other side, of course.
It's Movi. I'll correct you right there. Movi. Yeah, it's Movi. It's like Movi. What is Movi? The wine. Movi is basically, I think, Spanish for movie, but it's like Movistar because Movistar is like their cinema. It's like a cinema complex or something where you can watch movies. Like
so there's
cinema, but it's called Movistar. I think.
So they're the sponsors of the Movi.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, they are.
That's pretty cool. Just like Alternate Attacks. Like it's also just a company that sells computer stuff.
I guess, yeah, in a way. But this is like a movie theater, basically. In either case, this is a theater, since it is a theater of war for Movistar Riders. Easy,
great
clean.
Great show.
Exactly, great show, great movie. I love it. And part 3 is coming right now, which should be another easy one. It's like, you know, the success of Movistar Riders from 1 to 3, and then the downfall, maybe, if Anonymous have something to say about it. But let's find out for certain, as it is going to be another eco here with, what, 2 Mach-10s, UMP. This should be just a plus W for Movistar. Just go for it. Like, don't stop. 5-man together. Just hit the site and break the defense.
Well, it is going to be an A ramp rush. Let's go. Oh, no, that was it. Okay, and dead. Well, that was a little bit saddening.
A bit anticlimactic, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. It's like Rambo would have died in the second movie, which wouldn't make sense. Oh,
is getting dangerous. I mean, they're probably still gonna win, but Mach-10 in hand, UMP in hand.
CT's rotating so slow. Why are they still rotating so slow?
Do re mi fa sol.
Okay, now we're not going to Got Talent, that's for certain. Luckily, Smuya has got talent better than ours, and he's taking a few heads with him.
Oh, yeah,
unfortunately.
It's all lost in the fiery flames right now. Innocent rushing forward to the side. Shock's taken down. Look at the HP on Mopos. Innocent, can he get it done? Jiggle picking. He has so much time left, but Mopos is going to pick out right.
Oh, the timing!
Oh, no, turn around. Innocent, no! No! It's going to be Mopos taking the round, but my God, that was too close for comfort.
Please don't give small mini heart attacks and pleasure moments to DKTRUMAN, Mopos. No, I'm messing with you. Obviously, the first gun round should be the one that gives us the biggest pleasure, though, isn't it? I mean, this is the round that's literally gonna.
Let's go.
Oh man, that's what you want to see. Snacks and Kyler. Let's see where it leads us to as Anonymo. We'll be playing a mid push. I like the idea. Do they get away with it is a better question, though, as they already smoked in window. Connector going to be overtaken. They hear everything. One player coming in hard. K will take him down, and that is a perfect start to begin with. Innocent, he hears the smoke being thrown. Oh boy, Snacks misses a shot from triple, though, as Minio takes back Shocks. It's going to be Steel coming in hot, but K at 19 still wins the duel. And Minio,
that was so
both
sad.
Players with the low HP are getting the kills.
Oh, that was so sad right there. Steel looks in. He sees a player to his jungle. He moves to his jungle, then sees a player connect, and then a player upstairs peeks. He got absolutely jebaited in 3 different very unfortunate fights. And of course, because that previous round was so incredibly costly for the Movistar Riders, Smuya's on 1450. Luckily enough, Mopos and Alex still have a decent amount of money, but this is not a good buy for the terrorist side.
No, it ain't. This is, I mean, not that it's not a good buy, it's more about the fact that it's going to be lacking, let's say, 2 AKs. if they decide to full buy. But no, it's going to be pistols and Kevlar, and even then no Kevlar for the rest but Mopos. So I like the Hero AK buy. The Deagle's very dangerous. We know it to be true. We know it that they can be absolutely devastating and even win rounds like this. The question, again, on everybody's mind should be, though, what happens afterwards? What is the plan afterwards? Nice shots by Shox, P250, very dangerous weapon to play against, and you don't want to be caught with your nades in hand. But again, Anonymo, it still feels like they're getting the better part of the deal here. Even with Movistar Riders being only 1 round behind, it truly still feels like Anonymo are just doing a better job at it all. Like I said at the start, it is Mirage. It is a map that Anonymo excel at, especially with the fact that all stars point in the right direction for them. And yep, there's Snacks with the 1. He spots the player out of pit, sees the second, takes the shot, and it's down to Mopos, 1v3. Can he clutch it out? He's got 50 seconds, so it's definitely in his repertoire to be able to do so.
But doesn't have the bomb on his back, so yikes. Has to recover it first, and there are 2 players peeking through the connector area, and it's going to be Kyler with a secondary AWP. I'm actually pretty happy to see Kyler on that second op right now. He didn't pick it up pretty much at all on this on Nuke, yeah. But before Snacks, of course, has been mainly these days taking over the main op position. Kyler was the main opper for Anonymo. Well, back then they were called... They were a different org name at that time. I can't really remember exactly what they were called. But yeah, Kyler is definitely a very capable. And that's the big plus on their team. They've got 2 super solid oppers in their repertoire. Of course, well, Snacks needs no introductions in that regard. But Kyler can definitely be... I mean, Snacks is more of a very aggressive opper, as you most of the time can see. Whereas Kyler is more of a stationary. You know, he doesn't go for the flashy plays, but he does lock down a site.
Well, Kyler does come from Aves, so does K, but, you know, Minio, for example, hailing from the likes of Visla. Yeah, that was Aves. K and Kyler were Aves players. And Snacks, for example, you know, he played in Illuminar, excuse me. Beforehand, his teammate Innocent as well, before he went to Mad Lions. So, in a way, these guys, you know, they know each other very well, that's for certain. They've been together for a long, they've played together for a long time, and if anything else, they've met each other in different tournaments, in different rosters even. So they have a great deal of understanding of each other.
What a weird situation.
I would say this is definitely a wonky situation. Yeah, I'll say this much: Movistar Riders are wise to it, but can they hold it is a different scenario because they don't really have effective map control.
Oh my God, Minio!
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what we should have been expecting to happen in the first place, though, because the setup of Movistar Riders was atrocious. Smuya, what can you do? The answer is nothing.
I mean, they left open connector, but it was all just a bait.
The thing is, it's not even about left open connector. It's about the fact that once you take the site as the T, you have to take an afterplan setup. So in that case, what they have here, you can see 1 towards jungle, con, you have 1 on default site first box, and then you have 1 in CT that's not even entering CT deep. See, the problem here is, if actually Movistar Riders would have wanted to have a chance of victory, since the plant was default box first box, they should have taken deep CT and Palace, or vice versa, one or the other. They needed deep CT for certain. They had nothing of the like. And if they had focused on deep CT, then maybe they would have still been able to win. Instead, the answer and the outcome, as we see it here, very straightforward, very much in the favor of Anonymo. B push, B execution. How far does it go? Does it win? Let's see.
Yeah, that's a big rush down, but Minio with a great turnaround. Oh my God, he just pops everyone. Gets himself a quad kill in the round. Anonymo 3 rounds away from knocking Movistar Riders out of the Snow Sweet Snow Cup, and there's going to be the timeout. That's where you need to really go over everything that's going wrong, because they did win the pistol and the 2 consecutive rounds, but Anonymo get themselves 4 consecutively afterwards, and they're looking absolutely deadly right now on the CT side. And yes, there are some gaps here and there, but Movistar Riders are not abusing those gaps well enough.
And it's not even about the gaps, it's about how you approach the rounds themselves. See, one of the thing is, on the T side, you can play reactionary, but you still have to stick to it, what you do. And if you decide to execute, you go for it, right? You don't falter, you don't change it mid-plan. once you begin with an execution, you finish it. You see through it fully. You don't do it half-assed. And Movistar Riders, it feels like at times they get a little bit, not necessarily scared, not necessarily bad, but sometimes they just kind of, wait a second, wait a moment, and because of that, they get caught in their own minds for too long. Opos? Oh, nice spot.
How can he see anything through those flames? Oh my god, gets a second as well. The aggressive play worked out in the beginning, but immediately afterwards gets crushed. Shocks already crosses towards the side, but in sandwich is going to be Kai waiting for Shocks. Shuts him down, and Innocent aggressing forward as well. But look at that. On the B bomb site, the bomb's already on site. But the problem is they need to catch him from behind.
Smuya will check this.
Yeah,
Smuya will check this.
This is going to be...
See,
what? Oh, okay, that got too scary there. Kyler does not get the shot connection, waiting for the cross to come out in... Apps, will they actually walk forward? It's probably for the better not to do that. And Kai on the flank. It's all about timing right now.
If K gets one kill, just one.
Oh.
No. That's a save now. Kyler needs to run away. As I was saying, so here we see, as you said already, the mistake of Anonymo. And that's exactly what MR abused. The fact that they had a wide open B side through short and effectively... it was Minio in B house, right? Yeah, Minio, I think. No, it was Innocent. Yeah, it was Innocent, not Minio. Apologies. Minio pushed first. Innocent, not really realizing that basically his whole flank is open, and effectively Anonymo kind of not necessarily ignoring it, but definitely not paying attention to it, and that's a mistake, right? That's the mistake that, we've been talking about how Movistar riders do it. Well, Anonymo are no different. They still make mistakes themselves, and we can see here a beautiful double by Mopos. Very good cleanup. That counter push could have really devastated Movistar riders, but unfortunately they were able to handle it with grace and save the round. 10 to 13, excuse me. And a full buy round from both sides. Double up still in effect right now. Ooh, that molly. Ay, that hurts.
Yeah, they get themselves apps control though. And wait, are they? They are in ladder room right now. This is
they're
weird.
taking whorehouse. Yeah. Oh, it's kind of normal, I guess. Quick, short play.
Yeah, no, but with the way that the CTs are walking, they're flanking already towards T spawn right.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
Big.
This is the problem for Movistar riders, because they slow down. And because they play this default of 4 towards middle, they have no B control. And that means the flank is about to come out on top mid. And how the hell do you react to something that comes right behind you? Well, the answer is you can't really do anything much, as there it is. K finds two kills overall. Good clear of the site as Minio is alone, but here comes another man. Snacks has something to say about all of this. Luckily, Steel will reply, but it's 1v2 still. Ooh,
oh, no,
Kyler. He doesn't reveal his hand. But he will drop the bomb carrier, 1v1, and they know that Mopos was last seen towards middle.
Yeah, he's gonna jump up. Kyler, can he get the shot connection? Is he gonna peek wide? A little bit more. Oh, he jumps out, but he still finds the kill. 8 HP, shuts down Movistar Riders, and my god, that was... the moment he fell off, I got so scared right there. That was on a pin drop, but it is gonna be Anonymous on 14 right now, and Movi, that was around that. I mean, it looked really problematic, and then they turned it around, and then I went back in favor of Anonymous. It's going up and down the entire game long, and now we have Movi with another attempt here. They should be keeping an eye on their flanks as well, seeming they have, as both teams kind of tend to have this series in general, a lot of gaps in their defense, a lot of open avenues that can get pushed in that you really need to be shutting down, or at least someone has to have an idea that that might be possible. Well,
it worked, and right now, MR are kind of troubled. We can see that the economy takes a leap of faith for them. A Galil, a Mech 10, the op up, of course, thankfully for Smuya, so he has that impactful weapon that can absolutely change the fate of the round itself. But it's so unfortunate they come down to these one-on-ones, to these last hit moments, and they still are unable to close with success. This is where...
I mean, this is do or die.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is where fate will be written for them. You fail and you lose this game. You win and you still have a chance of fighting against it. Oh, that Molotov is kind of wasted, but it's fine. Good flashbangs. Oh my god, video. The lineup. He gets one, but he's so... Trigger control so poor. Navi plant. Okay. He needs to check first. Spotted. Gets one. Spotted the second. That's steal. Unfortunately, the CTs are a little bit disheveled. Not going in together. And that's a price they will pay.
Great job there by Steel getting himself 3 in the round. Now it's going to be 2 1v1s for Innocent, but the moment he peeks wide, the shot comes out, and there's going to be the peek from Shocks. Great team play coming out from the side of Movistar with a bait and switch. It is going to be 14-11, and Anonymo, they are now the team that is broken in fun, so this should be an eco coming out from the CT side, and... well, this gives, of course, a chance for Movi to get a little bit closer. This game might go on for a little bit longer, and we do have a timeout coming out from Anonymo to discuss exactly how they're going to handle it, because you got to go over those economics to discuss how much you're going to have in the next round.
I think their most important discussion should be their setup. How are they going to adjust? Because clearly right now, the last round was proof of their A side being horrendously bad at being defended. Nobody was really watching any corners before it was too late. Nobody was really reacting to anything before it was too late. Effectively, Anonymo literally baited themselves in that last round. There was a player in noob corner. There was a player on CT. And they didn't really do anything besides just, oh, we wait a little bit, we get one, we don't even prevent the plant, that kind of thing, right? If you have 2 players towards site and they're planting, there's something wrong with either the enemy team not shooting at you, or there's something wrong with you actually not trying to prevent that. Anonymo need to discuss how are they going to react in case of another A push, because I feel like B is well defended, at least from what we've seen, but for A, it's very easy for example, for Movistar Riders to take control of Connector, and we can see that coming out of Pit, coming out of Palace, kind of gives them a pretty good chance of a few frags as well. So in this case, Anonymo really have to look hard within. Of course, the gun round here not coming. It's a full eco, or at least should be. Loss bonus, I believe, has been reset to a bare minimum of 1,900. Well, the classic loss bonus, right? You can get. But, again, Movistar Riders, they should just be sticking to a 5-man right now. AKA, like Dota, right? Once you reach that critical point, you just have to 5-man it. You want to make sure that you don't lose any weapons, don't lose any players against naughty UHBSs.
Well, it is going to be nice catches for Alex, just raking in some higher HLTV stats right there. Well, and still at the moment in the server, together with Kyler, top fragging and really keeping his team alive. I mean, he has had some absolutely exceptional rounds, especially to the later portions of this series. And yeah, he really making plays for his team still right there. But this time around, Anonymo, they will have a buy. I don't think it's going to be everything that they desire, but it should be enough. A utility, not the greatest. Mopus is just rushing out, getting domed by Snacks, and there was no utility behind it really. He just tried to surprise, and that was the entire play. There's gonna be a rush towards the B bomb site, but there's second AWP. Kyler chimes in, and they're just getting absolutely crushed down. We're 30 seconds in, 4 dead. Steel, well, I just gave him praise, but he has to go above and beyond to keep Movistar Riders from being series pointed right now, and Snacks in triple will find the last kill. This is this is just I mean, you had a long pause. I get it. I really do get it. You had a long pause. Maybe the enemy's asleep, but Anonymo, they were expecting it through and through.
It's the way I said, right? It's about Anonymo setting up their default, or specifically their reaction, to work against what Movistar Riders are throwing at them. And in this case, you can see 4 players towards A, 2 site, 2 jungle, Connector. And immediately, the first peek comes out from Movistar Riders. It's cancelled, or excuse me, not cancelled rather, but it's worked against beautifully. The point I'm trying to make is a simple, quick switch of the setup and it gives the round to Anonymo like that, like there was nothing ever happening in the first place. And that's it. It's as simple as that, right? Their setup needs to be a bit more reactive in their current position. But as we do see, it is looking very bleak for the side of Movistar Riders. They have what? A Deagle, a secondary Deagle for shocks potentially. Yep, there it is. A Galil, an AK, and an AWP. Smuja, he's been so quiet in this game. I hope he's able to hit his shots in this round, the most important of all. But let's find out how it goes. Ladies and gentlemen, it is round number 28. And right now, it is perhaps the life of Movistar Riders on the line. Well, definitely it is.
Yeah, this is series point, and they've got 3 of them on the side of Anonymo. Another double AWP setup. Utility-wise, both sides not having too much to work with from this point on, but Kai versus Shocks, and it's going to be Kai getting the kill.
Yeah.
And falling back as well. Oh no, actually he's jiggling around. Will smoke it off so that, well, he doesn't get absolutely blown up by Smuja, but they invested 4.75 grand into that op from Smuja, who has been he's at the bottom of the board right now. So your team gives you that investment, gives you that opportunity to clutch it out for them, and he needs to step up big right now. This is the moment where he especially needs to be the big shining star, but it's the rest of his team getting mowed down. Smuja with the AWP in hand, Snacks on the other side, but it is a 5-on-2 situation, and it's looking disastrous. The op shot misses. Snacks finds Mopos in the meantime as well, and Smuja gets taken out by Minio. A clean sweep from Anonymo, and they managed to knock Movistar Riders out of the tournament. Bye-bye, unfortunately, but it is going to be Anonymo living to fight another day.
Exactly so. That will be the end of the line for Movistar Riders as they conclude their run in Snow Sweet Snow number 2. And unfortunately for them, that is also the end of the line. For, of course, for